Hi, I'm back, this time with a question all the way from the UK. It is, loved your video about overwhelm. It's entirely applicable to my work life at the moment. I'm getting my brain dump done this weekend, but that in itself may need some pearls of wisdom from you. I don't really see myself as controlling or a power freak, but at work I feel reluctant to delegate because I worry things won't get done as well as I would have done them. How do I let this hang up go? Help me get my work-life balance back. Awesome question. Thank you so much for sending it in, because I think there are going to be a lot of people who are in the same boat. And the art of delegation is critical to maintaining any sort of balance in life. Because if we don't have a strategy in place for delegating tasks and responsibilities to others, then we're going to reach burnout. And I'm sure anybody that's been there will agree with me when I say you don't want to do that. It is not a happy place to be. When we hit burnout, we're exhausted and we start to harbor emotions like resentment and anger and guilt and frustration. And that's not just limited to the environment that created the problem, by the way. That filters through into all areas of our lives. So you may have had a really stressful, demanding day at work and feel a lot of resentment towards your co-workers and your boss. But when you come home and your partner says to you, hey honey, when's dinner ready? I'm starving, what are we having? And the kids are pulling each other's hair and they need to be bathed and put to bed, I can tell you, you're gonna feel pretty average. So it is really, really, really important to get this under control, girlfriend, okay? So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself a question. Now the reason for this is because every single thing that we do in life is a choice. True story. Now, I know a lot of people, when I tell this to them, they think, nah, that's crap. I don't choose to do this, and I don't choose to do that. And why on earth would I choose to do this? It's not a choice. Well, it is, and let me tell you why. Every single action that we take has a good intention behind it. Now, let me explain this with an example. Let's say, for example, I wanted a pay rise. I felt that I was bringing a lot of value to my job and it was time that I was fairly remunerated for that. Okay, so I go to work in the morning and first thing I see my boss and I think, no, I won't ask him right now for a meeting or, talk to him about my pay rise. I'll let him get his coffee first and get settled in, read his emails, and then I'll go and see him. And then later in the morning, I think, oh, you know what, I just need to send this email to Jeff and I'll do that first and then I'll go see the boss. And then later, it's lunchtime and I think, oh, you know what, actually, maybe I should just get some food in my belly because then I'll feel better, I'll be able to concentrate better, and then I can have that conversation that I need to have with the boss. And then I come back from lunch and I think, oh, you know what, I forgot that it's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays the boss has a meeting from 2 till 3:30, and every week when he comes out of that meeting he's grumpy, so I'm not gonna have a chance to talk to him after the meeting, so you know what, I'll do it tomorrow. Now, this sort of self-sabotaging behavior, this type of procrastination has a high intention. It's got a purpose to protect me from going in there, putting myself on the line and getting rejected. For me to go in and say, hey, I think I'm worth more, I think I'm valuable, and him potentially say to me, no, I don't agree, and no, you can't have your pay rise. So that behavior is there to protect me from that potentially dangerous or damaging situation. So again, the question is, what do I get out of taking on all of these responsibilities? What do I get out of not delegating? What is it? What's the highest intention of this behavior? So that's first. Explore that, because truly it's quite insightful. All right, the next thing that you're going to do is start small. Start taking little risks. Now, this really is about just finding something on your list of things to do that's quite small, that's very manageable, that's not going to cause catastrophic results if somebody gets it wrong. And start delegating. Delegate the little stuff until you can build that trust in your team to know that they've got your back, okay? So start small, and as they pass all of your tests and as the trust is forming, you can start to increase the size of those tasks or increase the importance of those tasks. And it's a journey, it's baby steps, yeah? The last thing that I want you to do is get a little bit of perspective. Now, this can sound harsh sometimes, so please don't be offended, but if you take a step back and realize that if you ask Jenny to send an email to John by noon, and Jenny gets called away to do something else and doesn't send the email till 2, what are the implications of that? How is this affecting the system? How is this affecting the environment? Because, yeah, okay, it's not going to be exactly running orderly according to the plan that you had in place, but is it really creating any real drama or real danger? And if the answer is no, then it's cool. You just got to let it go and think, you know what, things will happen. Even when you do them, things don't always go according to plan. So a little bit of perspective will go a very long way. I hope this has been helpful. And remember, if you've got a question for me, then please send it through. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And until next time, bye.